when you are half.
Yeah. But anyways, welcome to the Argyle Way. We are here with another video on the channel, and it is the review for Plymouth Argyle v Burton. And obviously, if you watched the watch-along the other day, you would understand what happened in, obviously, the game. So not really the greatest thing you would want. Not really the greatest game we experienced.
Daylight robbery.
It was a lot of fans say daylight robbery, and a lot of other fans said oh, the referee played way too much time added on.
He did. He actually did, though.
Yeah.
They're spot on. He actually did. Literally, the minute it got to 96 minutes and two of our players were down, one of our players, one of Burton's players, I was like, well, surely that's it. That's the end of the game. And then decides to give Burton a free kick for a decision that's not even a penalty. It was literally that soft. It wasn't even a penalty. Yeah. But yeah, doesn't matter. He wants to help Burton anyway, the stupid referee.
Yeah. But it was a very, very stupid decision, obviously. We'll talk about that further in this video. Also, as well, because obviously this recording is past the Plymouth Argyle versus Charlton game from the Papa John's Trophy. We may talk about that, but we'll see, obviously. And then if there's any other news, we'll talk about it. And then obviously the EFL predictions, we're not giving that up. We're obviously going to do that today.
Oh, no, we've got to do that.
But first of all, we'll mainly talk about...
That's a ritual for us now.
Yeah, but first of all, we'll mainly talk about the game in general, because the first half, that was probably one of the worst first halves I've ever seen us perform.
I literally said to a group of Charlton fans yesterday before our game against Charlton in the EFL Trophy, if you mix Burton, our first half against Burton and our second half against Charlton, put that together, that's our worst performance of the entire season so far.
Yeah. Definitely.
Because the first half against Charlton, yes, they were the much better team, but we weren't that bad. It was the red card that changed the game for us against Charlton. Whereas first half against Burton, we were so poor.
And then in the second half, Shuey changed it.
Superb.
He changed it to a 4-4-2 and brought on Hardy, and the game changed.
Ennis was superb.
And
Hardy was superb.
The game
right
changed.
Decisions, because that's probably the worst performance I've seen from Cosgrove all season so far. And Butcher had a poor game as well. So yeah, they were the correct subs.
Yeah, 100%. And it's obviously showing that even with a light depth right now, we can still bring on some players that can change the game. 100%. And obviously, I'm going to say this right now about the Plymouth Argyle versus Charlton game. I saw Cosgrove's interview and saying that from our young players, that's probably the best performances we've seen from our young players.
It was fantastic.
100%.
Yeah.
Caleb Roberts, I feel like he'll...
Caleb Roberts.
Caleb Roberts
said this when
really good.
He came on for... I said this when he came on the second half of Burton. Honestly, I'd watch out for Miller for the second half of this season as a backup player for us. And stuff. Yeah, he's been really promising.
A lot of fans are saying he could put either if Ballymumba doesn't go or does go, he could probably replace Joe Edwards in the team. I'm like, what? What's going on? All right. So if he doesn't go, he replaces Ballymumba. But then if Ballymumba doesn't go, Joe Edwards comes out. What's that all about? I don't know what the fans.
I wouldn't replace Joe just yet. I think it just depends on the performances and stuff.
Exactly. But Joe Edwards right now is our captain right now.
He's our captain.
He's our captain, so I wouldn't take him out.
Who's our vice captain again?
I don't know who our vice captain
is. I swear it's Randell.
This is not called fantasy football.
Fantasy football, yeah. But there is a vice captain though, so. But to be honest, for now, I'll also talk about the the game from yesterday. Adam Randell, captain, by the way. Got to give respect. I thought he done well yesterday.
Yeah, no, Randell did well as captain. Well, they were saying like even before this game and stuff, like every time I've seen Randell had a cracking performance this season, that he'll be a future captain for us.
I feel like he could.
And he slots in that midfield as well. And the thing is that... He
ticks all the boxes.
It's not just that, though. It's honestly, first of all, he's been at Argyle pretty much ever since he started his youth career in 2010.
Yeah.
So it comes from that as well. So he's been Argyle through and through. And second of all, I personally think the captains in teams should be at either midfield or defence.
Yeah.
Because that's where they
for sure.
dictate most of the play. Look at Vincent Kompany, for example, and John Terry, and Steven Gerrard, Roy Keane.
Yeah.
They're literally examples there in a nutshell. Patrick Vieira, literally.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think, if you're a captain going up front, I just don't think it works at all.
Nah.
No.
Yeah, but it's like with Ronaldo. I don't think he could be obviously,
I've only seen him captain
Portugal.
the Portugal team. That's
Yeah,
it.
but I don't think when he was at United, I don't think he was the suited captain. If I'm
he would have
honest.
never been captain for United anyway. But I wouldn't have given.
Yeah.
If I was United, I would have given it to De Gea. I don't know why they gave it to Maguire.
Yeah, De Gea is more suited.
And plus, De Gea's been there the longest.
De Gea's been
when
there
Carrick retired. When Carrick retired, I was like, they're surely going to give it to De Gea.
De Gea's been at United for nearly
in his first season.
Nearly 12 years now. So, yeah. So obviously it makes sense. But for Argyle, anyways, I feel like Adam Randell does tick all the boxes to become a future captain.
It wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me at all.
So well, and he dictates the play.
Mm-hmm. I could probably make that my title. Randall future
Also,
captain question mark.
He makes it more leadershipy than Butcher and Houghton. Nothing against those two, of course, but
yeah, exactly.
And Randall's the better midfielder as well for us right now.
Yeah,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Out of those three,
yeah, and as well, for Plymouth Argyle versus Burton, I felt like Ballymumba. If we lose him in January, it'll be the biggest loss we'll have. It'll be the biggest loss we'll ever have in our team.
Do you think he'll go though? Because I don't.
I don't think he will.
I don't think he will, but I don't know.
It depends how badly
Norwich shouldn't let him go anyway. We're battling against Ipswich for the title.
But it depends how badly Norwich need him. I don't think.
And Norwich are currently in the playoffs at the moment.
He won't get game time for Norwich. I don't understand.
Exactly. It's the same as Kamara at Ipswich. He won't get game time. And it's the same with Whittaker if he goes.
But the thing is, though, with Whittaker, it's
time.
different because Swansea want money. So obviously, we don't have the money for Whittaker. Ipswich do. So that's the thing. We don't have the money to go out and buy Whittaker.
Only downside
we're not a team that buys players. We loan
only
players.
Thing though is that Ipswich are going to hardly play him, and it's the same with Kamara. Kamara's hardly played for them yet so far this season
because they've got way too many players. Their squad depth
exactly.
is fucking
They're
huge.
basically the Man City of League One.
Mm-hmm.
They even got Joe Piggott's at Portsmouth on loan, and guess where he's on loan from? Ipswich.
Yeah. I've just seen Marcus Harness has got an injury.
Yeah,
that's good news for us. He was. I watched that Exeter Ipswich game. He was unbelievable against Exeter.
Yeah. So
how has he missed that?
Was Danny Olmo? But for Marcus Harness, anyway, he's been one of Ipswich's best players this season.
He has. I would personally say he's been Ipswich's second, third, or fourth best player this season. Wow. Personally, I think Ipswich's best player.
And if they lose him, it will be a big loss.
But that will be a big loss because Harness is class.
Harness has been good.
Personally, and I said this in my my Burton episode just now on Cornish Janner. Actually, if you do listen to it, let me know. See what you think. Mm-hmm. You can hear my ranting at the end. But anyway, what was I going to say? Personally, I actually think because Harness was at Portsmouth last season, I actually think in a way it's a bigger loss for Portsmouth because he was a vital player for Pompey last season as well. If you think about it, and the way I see that is that, well, at first, obviously, when Pompey were pretty much battling right at the top with us and Ipswich, pretty much around when we played Portsmouth and Ipswich, pretty much. I thought Pompey looked really good. Bishop, Scarlett, and then, I mean, they don't get me wrong, they are two brilliant players, but obviously ever since they lost to Ipswich, they've just been on such drawing form. And I look at that now thinking, what if it was different if they had Harness right now?
Oh, yeah, it'd be way different.
But but then again, if Harness was at Portsmouth this season instead of Ipswich, where would Ipswich be in the table right now? Yeah,
they would have definitely had less points because he has been a big impact for Ipswich.
He has.
He's been a big impact.
Because if Harness wasn't there, it would have been Ladapo up front with, I believe, Wes Burns and someone else. I'm going to get Ipswich's squad right now that I'm talking about them.
Yeah.
But obviously they signed Ladapo from Rotherham. Yeah, it would have been Ladapo, Chaplin, and Wes Burns.
Mm-hmm. But the problem is, though, and we're coming at a time now where, obviously, we're nearly a month away from January. Injuries right now. I would say the perfect time to get in. I'd say perfect time to get injuries would be before January. But the thing is,
it would be anyway because we got Ipswich away in the middle of January, and Sheffield Wednesday at the start of February.
Yeah, and for us as well. But if we're gonna send players back to their parent clubs like Whittaker or Ballymumba, who are you going to replace them with? Who are you going to replace them with?
Exactly, because I'm there thinking if Whittaker goes back, which I don't think he will, but if Whittaker leaves, then we'd have to try and bring Jeffcott back from Swindon. But
we'll have to bring Jeffcott back.
I don't think he'll leave Swindon yet because he's doing really well over there. At the moment.
He's doing really well. And then obviously Ballymumba, you'd have to bring Law back.
And also, exactly. So yeah, it's tough decisions to
could
make.
Probably slot in that position, but what happens if he gets injured again? We will have to play
that's
Brian
the problem.
Law.
This is why we all need, and to be fair, this is where I do commend Ipswich for their squad depth this season, and this is why we need the squad depth if we want to seriously push for promotion.
This is why Scar needs to come back soon. Finn Azaz needs to come back.
Danny Mayer needs
to come back. We got a load of players injured right now.
And no one get me started on some of our so-called fans that wanted Hardy gone from this season. Absolute mongols. We should be keeping Hardy 100%.
Yeah, we'll keep Hardy for sure. I'm surprised that people.
And also, I reckon, and I hate to say it, I think if we got rid of Hardy, I think that will cost us automatics. Promotion.
Definitely. But speaking of the team, anyways, we'll go through the ratings for the game. Obviously, you've got them written down, so that's great. So at least you know what to say. And for Liam as well, if he's there. So
I was doing it. Yeah.
All right, no worries. And obviously we'll go through the ratings from on FootMob as well. So, but we'll start off with Cooper, anyways. Given a 6.7 on FootMob, but what would you honestly say about Cooper in that game, anyways?
Cooper had I pretty much agree with with FootMob on that one. I go with a 6.5 for Cooper, but I mean, to be honest, apart from the goal conceded when Burton scored, wasn't his fault, to be fair. That was Houghton's fault. He should have cleared it because Cooper did originally save it, but then none of our defensive midfield cleared it, and Burton took advantage of that. But he didn't have a bad game, Cooper, but what obviously wasn't his best performance. It's not Wickham away, for crying out loud. That was a mental game that was for him. I'd agree with FootMob. I'd say 6.5, maybe push towards a 7.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. I would definitely agree with you on that. Then Nigel Longwick, 7. Well, a straight 7 rating wise. Yellow card, but I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about Longwick.
Wait, hang on, Liam. What would you give Cooper?
6.5.
Oh, 6.5.
So
yeah.
But for Longwick,
I don't know about Longwick. To be fair, when Longwick got the yellow card, I didn't even think it was a yellow card anyway. I thought it was just a foul.
But 6.5.
But
same as Cooper.
Yeah.
Yeah, Longwick. They gave Longwick a 7, but I disagree with FootMob on that. I'd say 6.5, same as Cooper. Personally, I thought Cooper had if I had to choose personally, I think Cooper had a better game than Longwick.
Continuing with the ratings wise, anyways, Gillespie that got given a higher rating than Longwick, 7.1.
I agree. I thought he had a better game than Longwick,
and it's his first game back as well.
Yeah, first game back as well. Yeah, I agree with that. He got a 7. I'd give him 7.
Yeah. Gillespie is one of those players, really. Some fans don't rate him, some fans do rate him. And coming from the Australian League last year, coming to League One, I feel like obviously
He's
coming
on
back
and
from injury-
off. He has
He's
good
an on and
games.
off player. He's one of those players who
Look,
plays well one game and then doesn't play well.
It's a hard
both.
one because against Burton, I thought he did really well, but then there were other games like Portsmouth. He was so poor.
Yeah, and this is why he is hard. It's hard to rate some players like Gillespie as an example. But 7.1, would you say?
I'd say 7.
I'd
for
say
Gillespie,
7.
But
yeah,
I think all this in general just shows that we miss Dan Scar so much right
exactly.
now. Easily our best defender right now.
Yeah, and Galloway 6.5. Would you agree, or a little bit lower?
Oh, I don't know actually. Liam, what would you give Galloway?
What did football give him?
6.5.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, didn't really do much.
I'd same as Cooper really for Galloway. 6.5, maybe pushed to a 7, but I don't think either Galloway or Longwick had the game Gillespie had.
Yeah, fairs. And obviously, with the 3 defenders that we're playing right now, Longwick, Gillespie, and Galloway in that game, it definitely shows that the one player we're missing is Dan Scar, like you said, Jack. But
yeah.
Dan Scar right now is the leader in that defense. He's the main leader in that defense, 100%. And then with Wilson, I think Wilson was on the bench. If he wasn't even on the bench actually, but oh God, I don't know if he's injured or not, but Jesus Christ, if he's injured as well, frick's sakes, give me strength. I swear to God, can't have any more injuries.
Well, he wasn't on the bench for Burton, so he's something's up with him then.
Yeah, for sure.
Just to let you know, Argyle have 5-1 to win Papa John's now.
5-1.
Yeah, and Pompey are 11-2. I think we're favourites, right? Or are they? I'm not sure.
I would have thought we're the favourites now because us Pompey.
Do you know what?
Are still in it.
If there's still a chance, I would like to see us play Man United Academy.
That would be rich.
You would love that, wouldn't you?
I would love that, to be fair. Or
get battered.
Who'd get battered?
I'd see United Academy.
We wouldn't get battered. Man United Academy would get battered.
John is with Mick Neal, Shortire. They do have decent youngsters, to be fair.
It
would give us a good game for sure. It would give us a good game for sure. Definitely.
I literally watched that. I'd watch that game thinking, there's teams over the years like Plymouth, Leighton Orient or something we've lost to in our lives. But we go on and pull off a masterclass against Manchester United Football Club.
Yeah. But as well though, it would give obviously us a good a bit of a run out against the Man United Academy players like Shortire, Charlie McNeil. They're decent youngsters. They're really decent youngsters, definitely. But as well for us,
what teams can we face anyway? Because if I do a Northern and Southern, how many teams can we face?
So there is Burton, Cheltenham, Lincoln, MK Dons,
Barnsley,
Stevenage, Man United Academy, Accrington Stanley, Chelsea Academy, Salford, Wimbledon, Bolton, Portsmouth. And then today it's out of either Colchester and Bristol Rovers or Port Vale and Barnsley.
Give us Colchester.
Well, if we get Colchester, that's the Carl Dugay derby because Carl Dugay was a centre back I grew up with for us back in the Championship. But he played for Colchester before us. But he moved to us when Colchester got relegated in 2008.
Yeah, and I would like to see us go far in that tournament, obviously, because obviously I would like us to get to a final in a tournament, anyways.
I just want Portsmouth in the final.
Least.
I just want to see us v Pompey at Wembley. That'd be amazing.
Cool. I would like that, to be fair. That would be really
I'd
good.
be off to London immediately just to watch that.
I would really enjoy that, for sure.
And then we could all give it a stick to the Pompey fans.
All I want is just 3 more home games.
Yeah, just give us more home games, please.
Just remember, though, lads, obviously, it's a competition we could win this year. That is very true. But just remember, the league is much more important.
The league is much more important. Definitely. Yeah. For Joe Edwards, rating he got given was a 7.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think some frustrations got the better of him. I mean, I couldn't blame him for it. But I remember watching the game. He got so angry at the linesman for so much of the game.
Mm-hmm. And it always happens to us, though. We always get dodgy officials for us. We always get dodgy officials. It's weird.
It's not just us though. It's like every single official in this bloody country at the moment. But
mainly us though. How many
but
times
mainly
have we had
us
it
though.
now?
Yeah,
Sheffield
especially
Wednesday, Accrington, Stanley,
especially what happened on Saturday.
Burton, obviously.
I look at the table now, saying, "Yeah, it's 4 points clear, not 2 points clear."
Yeah. Yeah, for
Robbery,
sure.
absolute
Annoying.
robbery. Thanks, ref.
Daylight robbery.
Stupid pillock.
Yeah, but for Joe Edwards, anyways, it was one of those games where Burton are one of those teams that like to if one of you to watch that game, they played a 4-2-3-1. They basically played, how could you say it, like was it a bit of like a counter attacking style, or a little bit of like they pushed up the field? What would you honestly say? Because obviously you two watched this game. What style did they play?
It was obviously it was a 3-4-2-1.
Yeah.
So obviously, but Burton were playing themselves a 4-2-3-1.
Yeah.
But I'd actually say we were more defensive than attacking, despite three at the back. But that's only because, and I looked at this in the second half especially, when we went 2-1 up, Burton went on to substitute 3 of their attacking players for 3 more attacking players, and I could tell that their manager Dino was going for the equaliser.
Yeah,
because they took off. They took off Dudu, Onyango, and Kamwa, all for 3 new attacking players, Corral, Powell, and Winnell, all to be behind Adebayojo during the rest of the game. And I could tell they were pushing for their equaliser, despite the
definitely
at the end.
And obviously, this is what worries me about Argyle sometimes. I don't like it when we play defensive against a team that are low in the league, that are happy to play, but we play defensive against these teams and then they try and push for an equaliser.
It's not just that, though.
I don't like it when we play defensive against these type of teams.
It's not just that, though. It winds me up because this reminds me of last season in a way. I just think it's not as... I think it's just our club in general. I think sometimes we can just get really cocky against teams that we think we should beat or something. Like, after we beat Wickham and Sheffield Wednesday, this is why I said to everyone, I was like, this is our, on paper, easy run, but it's not going to be as easy because, first of all, there's always a surprise in the league. And second of all, teams like us, Ipswich, Sheffield Wednesday, Portsmouth, will get too cocky for teams like Fleetwood, Accrington Stanley, Cheltenham, Shrewsbury, and then they'll go on, turn up and either win the game or draw. And no wonder Portsmouth have drawn so many times.
Yeah. But to be honest, they do it in style anyway, because they're true bottlers.
Like, bloody Morecambe got a point against Portsmouth, so what can you say?
They done it last year, they've done it this year. They're a prime example of prime bottlers. They might as well be sponsored by Prime itself.
They should be sponsored by Tottenham Hotspur.
They should be sponsored by Prime Hydration.
They should be sponsored by Spurs. If they're going to be called Bottle Jobs.
It's 2-0 to Spain. Marco
Asensio. You're ahead of me.
Oh, Asensio.
That makes sense. Yeah, you're definitely ahead of me.
Yeah, Asensio. We was complaining him being a striker as well, but hey-ho, what can we say about that? But we've still got a load of player ratings to go through, so we'll whiz through it. Houghton got given 6.7.
Disagree with that completely. I thought he had an off-par game. I'm not saying that just because of that. I thought it was his fault for why Burton went 1-0 up. I just didn't think he no way had the game. He no way had the game Randell had at all. Yeah, 2-0.
Would you honestly say? Would you honestly say average 6 or round?
Yeah.
6?
I would say a 6 because I've given Cosgrove the lowest rating of them all.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Houghton 6. I can. Houghton's one of those players right now that
we haven't got to him yet, but I've given Butcher a 6
because
as well.
Butcher's playing a little bit further up right now because we're not playing a lot of. Obviously, Finnis has and Danny Mayer's out. We're playing Butcher higher up. When one of them attacking midfielders comes back, I think Houghton might end up being pushed out.
You know who will start against Port Vale? Hardy, 100%. Hardy and Ennis will definitely start next week.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that for sure. And then Randell 7.1.
Yeah, I agree with Randell being a 7, but I just think, considering I give Butcher the same rating as Houghton, both 6s, personally. Just neither of them had the game Randell has had, and just in general, Randell's just been our best midfielder this season so far, and probably our one of our best players the whole of this season so far.
Yeah. And because obviously, and as well, I'm going to say, Randell, he's one of our own, first of all. And secondly, from where he was, like, last season, or was it 2 seasons ago? 2 seasons ago, loan on Torquay. And now, since then, he's been one of the most improved players in our team right now.
Yeah, he was at Torquay 2 seasons ago, yeah.
22, still got loads of years ahead of him. And
he's younger than... he's let me just...
And we'll put it in the title as well.
Yeah, he's younger than me. I thought
and I'm going to put it in the title as well. Randell, future captain, ? Because he could be. He could be our future. He could be a future captain for us.
Exactly.
Definitely. He ticks all the boxes, 100%.
I'll tell you what, and I know this will remind me of Iker Casillas when he was at Spain, but it wouldn't even shock me if bloody Cooper was captain.
True. It depends. It depends. How much he wants to stay at this. How much he wants to stay at this club, and how much. How could you say it? How badly he would like to stay here, and
he does love us a bit. So you can tell from every time he interacts with the fans and stuff, he loves us a bit.
Yeah, I could tell. Also, one of our own.
He's the best keeper we've had since Larayu when I was a kid, all those years ago.
Yeah. Ballymumba, given 7.6. Score that goal was brilliant, by the way. Brilliant goal. And taken off in the 83rd minute.
What a goal. What a goal. I mean, Liam saw it. I was screaming my nuts off when he scored that. Amazing.
Brilliant finish. And it just shows with this guy as well. Obviously, he's my favourite player right now. Only 21, which is nuts. He's younger than Randell. Goodness me. But he's showing how important he is for us. And if he leaves in January, we're never going to find a player like that ever again. We're not going to find a player like him. It depends how Mikel Miller plays. I'm sure we'll
find someone like him again at some point.
Yeah, but not
maybe not in a while. No.
How quick he is, how quick he can get forward.
Yeah, we have to try and keep him at all costs. And like we've been saying, what do Norwich really need him?
No,
exactly.
In fact, I'm going to get up Norwich's starting 11 right now to see if they.
I'll
really
have a look
need
as
him.
well. Actually, speaking of it, I'm going to have a look. So Norwich, if you look at the squad,
we know one of the players will be Pookie.
Yeah. So they've got
Tim
Jonathan
Krul, ex-Premier League, Max Aarons to ex-Premier League,
Sam McCallum,
Grant Hanley, ex-Premier League,
Sam McCallum plays left back.
Timu Pukki, ex-Premier League. Josh Sargent, ex-Premier League. Kenny McLean, ex-Premier League.
Like, look at this. Dimitrios Giannoulis, he plays left back. Sam Byram can play right back or left back.
I remember Byram, yeah. Cantwell. Forgot about Cantwell. He's still there as well. Even Isaac Hayden is there.
Yeah. Jonathan Tompkinson, I think he's
on loan from Newcastle.
He plays centre back or right back or left back. Yeah, Giannoulis, Sam McCallum, Sam Byram. So they've got loads of decent fullbacks. Like, do they really need him back?
And also, it's Norwich's own doing anyway for putting Milo Rashica on loan as well to Galatasaray. They could easily bring Rashica back in January.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They could definitely bring him back in January. For sure. But it depends what style they play, what formation they play.
Yeah.
I'll have a look at that as well, actually, speaking of it. I'll have a look at that.
They still got the same manager as well, Dean Smith.
Yeah, Dean Smith. I know he's still there. And let me have a look at the game. So they play a 4-1-2-1-2. So, yeah, Sam McCallum plays... does he play in the position where Ballymumba plays? Or was it Max Aarons? So Ballymumba... Yeah, he plays left back, Ballymumba. So... And McCallum plays left back. So you've got Giannoulis and Sam McCallum. He's not going to get in front of those two. I'm telling you now, he's not going to get in front of both of those players. I don't understand it. I don't understand. Or if he decides to play another position because he can play right back or maybe a little bit further forward. So depends on that. But I'll tell you what, I'll be surprised if he goes. He has to stay.
Yeah, he has to.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous if I'm truly honest. If he does go, I'll be very sad as well because he's one of my favorite players right now.
I mean, you just said yourself he is your favorite player at Argyle right now.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people are calling him their favorite player. I've seen it from loads of fans. They've said it.
Oh, where is he in my list?
Yeah. But next player anyway.
I think he's around 5th, 4th place at the moment. My number 1 is still Cooper.
Morgan Whittaker got given 6.8.
I don't know what to say about Whittaker's game, to be honest. He got the ball so many times and stuff. He just couldn't finish or anything against Burton.
Yeah.
I would say I'd probably say another 7. He was promising, but at the same time, he wasted so many chances he couldn't finish against Burton.
Yeah,
wasn't his best game. Let's put it that way.
So, got given 6.8. I would say probably 6.5.
Oh, you go 6.5.
Yeah,
fair enough.
I'll probably go 6.5 because obviously I don't think he's had a worse game, as worse as obviously as you say.
He was slow at the start of the
Houghton.
season, but then after the start of the season, I think it was like after that defeat against Charlton. Actually, I think he started to pick up his. He started
to really bring his form, pick up his form. But for Morgan Whittaker, I feel like there'll be if he stays in January, I feel like he'll be in double figures for goals. He'll be in double figures, I think. For 100%, I think he will be in double figures.
I was going to say, you don't want to worry about first names half, because in my episode of Burton, I got Hamer's first name wrong by a good 5-10 minutes. So I was very embarrassed. I was not going to want to slap my face for. It's not Ben Hamer, it's Tom Hamer, it turns out, and I am a idiot, but there we are.
And, well, I always freaking call a Butcher Alex Butcher, so yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly.
But, Matt Butcher, given 6.9, got taken off in the 54th minute.
Let me have a look at. I'm glad he got taken off because Hardy and Ennis was the right choice first of all, and also I thought Butcher and Cosgrove were our 2 worst players.
Yeah, and obviously, because obviously the way Butcher played, he played a lot further up than he usually plays. I don't know why he's playing further up in the first place.
Exactly.
He's more of a holding midfielder, if I'm truly honest.
He's essential midfielder.
He's essential midfielder.
Well, he's a box-to-box midfielder.
And right now, I feel like, how many positions has he played?
He's like Gerrard. He's a box-to-box midfielder.
He's played centre-back, midfielder, attacking midfielder. Come on, man.
He's becoming James Milner at this rate.
He's literally James Milner in disguise.
I give Butcher a 6, the same as Houghton, and I'm going to be honest, I've given Cosgrove a 5. He was that poor, I thought, against Burton. His worst game for us.
We'll quickly smoothly move on then if we're going to give Sam Cosgrove a 5. Definitely. Would you say that, Liam?
Yeah.
But watch us against Port Vale next week. We'll start Hardy and Ennis, and then watch us not score anything, and then Cosgrove comes on second half, and we win the game 1-0 or 2-0.
Yeah. Oh my god! Is it Ferran Torres who scored?
Yeah.
Shock. Ferran Torres.
I haven't even got to that bit yet, but I see. Yeah, it's penalty for Spain.
Mate,
penalty for Spain.
One of the most exciting players, I think he is. Ferran Torres. Very exciting.
Very. I still think Man City was stupid to get rid of him.
Yeah, I still think that as well. But I'll do the next 2 actually, because obviously we'll both talk about them both. Niall Ennis and Hardy.
Both of them were superb.
Niall Ennis 7.2 and Ryan Hardy 7.4.
Yeah.
If they played the whole game like that, they would have been an 8 for me. Or
I feel like if they started that game, I feel like we could have. I feel like we would have won it. I think we would have won that game. Definitely. But I just think that Shuey didn't want to risk it. I feel like that's why he didn't play them first of all. I feel like
those 100%. Those two for me are 7.5s, and then Mumba's an 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Miller came on in the 83rd. Do you know what? I'm just happy that he's back. I'm just happy that Miller's back, because obviously we've now got an extra player back in the team again.
Same.
Which I'm
I was
happy
excited.
about.
I was excited for him when we watched him yesterday against Charlton in the cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But
And then Finley Crass came on half.
yeah, Finley Crass came on, and I heard that some of the lot of fans were saying he was to blame for the last goal, and I'm like, I don't know what to say about that. I don't know what to say.
I'm not gonna blame him. I'm gonna blame the freaking referee,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah,
I don't blame
referee can be
any of our
blamed and
players.
all
We
that.
got robbed. I'm blaming the referee from minute to minute to minute.
But obviously for Finley Crass as well, he's 19. Well, he's literally a couple days younger than me. So yeah, 2 days younger than me. But the thing is, with Finley Crass, it'll be hard for him to get into the team because obviously with the players that you've got there, Ballymumba, Miller, and Joe Edwards, and then Ryan Law's out on loan. If he does come back, that'll push him further back.
To be fair, he
back.
is 19. He's got a long future.
He has got a
ahead of him.
long time ahead of him, but I feel like that loan spell at Yeovil,
Yeah, no,
I feel like it's brought him back a little bit further, definitely, because he didn't get any game. He only got 2 games.
Yeah, he only got 2 games last season. Though he was a regular starter for Parkway.
Yeah, he was a
and
regular
Parkway
starter.
now went up, and Crask was in the team.
Yeah, which is really, really good, obviously, and obviously the games that he's getting, it'll boost his confidence up a lot. But it depends. It's also going to say this right now. How important will he be later on down the road? Will he stay or will he go? I don't know, because obviously there's some young players that have stayed for a bit and then gone. I don't know. It's weird, really. But for Finley Crask, I honestly think will he have the same development as Randell and Cooper? Maybe not.
I only think he'd
Maybe
leave
not.
our club if he didn't get like a lot of game time and stuff.
Yeah, but obviously the manager, if he's getting a lot more game time at the age he's at, the manager must clearly believe in him. Definitely.
Yeah,
because he's getting game time. That's the thing. But we'll see. We'll see further on down the road how important he will be. That's all we can say about that. But for a ratings anyways, very obviously the result was not positive because we should have won that. But for players wise, I feel like our performances are looking very, very good. Obviously, first half wasn't great, but then the second half we played so well. But after the Charlton match, I'm very happy about that. The match against Charlton, anyways.
I mean, the only thing being though with that match is that Charlton's goalie did pretty much give us 2 goals yesterday.
Yeah, I know. But as well, you've got to give respect as well for the young players. I thought some of the young players played very well that game. One of them being Caleb Roberts as well.
Oh no, he had a good game, didn't he, Caleb Roberts?
Yeah. And he's the 5th youngest player to score in the tournament as well.
Oh, get in.
For us. So, brilliant.
Yeah.
So, brilliant for us. So, I'm happy with that. And I feel like Caleb Roberts, if he keeps on playing the way he is, could he slowly get into the first team? Time will tell, obviously. But we'll see. We will see.
I'll tell you what, though, Callum Burton, our second goalkeeper, didn't have that bad of a game either.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got to give him man of the match.
Yeah.
Fair play, though. I feel like he's one of those keepers that if Cooper was out, he would come in, and he did have pull off a man of the match performance. He pulled off.
I'll tell you what, though, I think though that I think what also won it for us yesterday is that we had some of our starting players in that team, like Randell, for example. Charlton pretty much had such like the youngest team possible or something in their squad.
Yeah. Like,
so to be honest,
one of their wingers was
for us as well.
Quick. One of their wingers was very quick. Not gonna lie. I don't know if there was a.
Oh no, they were.
I mean,
they were bloody 1-0 up at the start.
Yeah, but he was really quick. Not gonna lie.
And when they were 1-0 up, I was there thinking, this is not going to be a repeat of my time at the Valley, is it?
Mm-hmm. But that pass, the goal that Sam Cosgrove got, I thought he was offside. A lot
of people were saying he was offside.
When I looked at the replay back, I thought he was offside. So I'm not gonna lie.
Fair enough.
But speaking of that match, anyways, positive stuff for us going into. Well, we're getting closer to the second half of the season. Very, very close.
We're 4 games away from the second half of the season.
But
Port Vale at home. We've still got to face Port Vale,
Yeah.
Cambridge, Morecambe, and Cheltenham. 2 of them
Yeah.
away, 2 of them at home.
But next part is obviously this one that we always look forward to anyways, is the EFL predictions. Obviously, we've added a new thing. I think it was a week or 2 weeks ago, goal scorers. So we've got that added onto the predictions. And obviously, and as well, if you wonder where Harvey England is, for all of the viewers that comes in,
make sure you subscribe to him.
Make sure you subscribe to him as well, because he's an absolute legend as well. He's been busy, so he will. I think he will return eventually, but he has been very, very busy.
I don't really want to look at the fixtures, not gonna lie. It's been such an awful weekend for us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing has gone our way at all, maybe except for Peterborough's defeat to Bristol Rovers.
And I want to go through this as quick as
disastrous
possible
game
as
for
well.
Peterborough.
So we'll go through it. We'll try and go through it very quickly. But excuse
Well,
me.
I mean, me and Liam and I watched the Portsmouth Derby game together pretty much on live stream. I mean, their performance in that game, both of them, pretty much shows now why they're 7th and 8th in the table. And with Barnsley and Bolton winning as well, I mean, to be fair, Bolton I thought were really lucky.
I predicted a draw as well. So it's a point for me.
Bolton, I thought, were really lucky against Fleetwood, first of all. But Barnsley tormented MK Dons on Saturday. But either way, they both got wins and they've both taken advantage of these two.
But, and the thing with this game as well, Portsmouth and Derby, I wouldn't say it's the best result in the world. I would say for Derby, it's a good result to get.
It's a good point for Derby,
Portsmouth at their
Derby
ground.
will be happier than Portsmouth,
yeah, definitely. But for Portsmouth right now, I feel like they're getting very bad results. They've had very bad results in the past, like 6-7 games.
What I will give Pompey, though, is that one of their players, Dale, I thought he had a phenomenal game against Derby. But the closest any of the clubs got to scoring was McGoldrick hitting the bar in the first half.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like McGoldrick will be one of their star players for Derby.
Oh yeah, he already has been one of their star players this season.
But it shows really.
I said to Liam, they badly
he's a former
missed
Premier League player. So is Hurahan. So
I said to Liam, they badly missed Mendes Lang against Portsmouth Derby.
I had McGoldrick to score as well.
Yeah. No, Liam, I think you had Mendes Lang to score.
Yeah, Liam changed it when we were in the live stream because we found out Mendes Lang was injured.
Oh, did you change it?
Yeah, I've got to tell you, sorry about that.
Oh, no worries. That's all right. Don't worry. But next match anyways, I watched this live. Jesus Christ.
The rotten, annoying Cousins actually let me down this time.
Yeah. They did not, and obviously...
But to be fair, they didn't deserve to win at all.
Beating Ipswich is not for everyone.
That's very true. That's very true. I'll give you that, to be fair.
Yeah. But
Ladapo scored.
Ladapo scored.
But I'll tell you what, Exeter deserved nothing from that game. Ipswich tormented them from start to finish. I know the scoreline was just 2-0, but genuinely, they were superb from start to finish. Harness was another level against Exeter on Saturday.
But yeah, Liam, I think Liam gets 2 points, obviously, because he got Ladapo to score and he got the...
All I got right was Ipswich win. That's
the correct result. So 2 points for Liam.
All I got was
Jack gets one as well. So, but for this match, anyways, it's showing that Exeter they won't get playoffs.
To be honest,
they won't get playoffs.
I woun't. It's not their worst performance this season. Their worst game was Burton by far, and I still don't get. Last week when they beat Peterborough, they went up. A fan went up to put on social media. Oh, what a fortress we are! I'm like, how are you a fortress when you lost 2-0 to Plymouth Burton at home? You literally lost to one of the worst teams in the league at home.
Stop it! Stop it, man.
But literally, no. I think that game just proved. I mean, it was a poor game for Exeter. It's very true. It was a poor game for Exeter. But to be honest, that game just showed on how much of another level Ipswich were.
Then next
before we go on to this Barnsley game, when I looked at both Ipswich's performance against Exeter and Sheffield Wednesday's performance against Shrewsbury, I thought Wednesday were lucky against Shrewsbury. I thought Shrewsbury played really well, whereas Ipswich tormented Exeter. So if anything, Ipswich have had the best weekend out of us three, and we've
definitely
had by far the worst.
Barnsley.
But I got
Barnsley
2
was
points for
superb
this.
against
I
MK,
think I got
but
2 points for
MK
this.
is so poor at the moment.
Did you?
Yeah, I put Phillips to score.
Ford.
Suck on it.
I had 2-0 Barnsley. I can't remember who I had to score.
But,
I had Kitchen.
Yeah, you had Kitchen Sink to score.
I had Kitchen Sink just to please Rose Vere.
Yeah.
Oh, Kitchen Sink got booked.
Yeah, you got but. Williams scored. Kane scored. 3 of their midfielders scored. Jesus. Madness.
You could argue that's probably Barnsley's best performance of the whole season, even though it was against one of the worst sides in the league.
But for Barnsley as well, that's a bounce back. I don't know if we could find that. There it is. Their team form for Barnsley. They've beaten Forest Green, beaten Bolton. I don't know if that was in the FA Cup or not. I'm not sure.
No, yeah, that was the FA Cup.
That was in the FA Cup, yeah.
In the league.
But beating Forest Green and beating Shrewsbury and then beating MK Dons, good. It's the bounce back for them a little bit. But how many times can they do that? Well, they're back in the playoffs, which is a bonus for them, definitely. But it depends. I don't know. It depends because obviously MK Dons right now, they're one of the favourites to go down. But for Barnsley,
they are now after that.
They are obviously now. But it depends if Barnsley can keep this form up.
I said in my previous video just earlier in Cornish Channel, I think it's now going to be, considering it's now a 9-point gap between Sheffield Wednesday and Peterborough, it's going to be a playoff battle between so many teams. Barnsley, Peterborough, Bolton, Derby, Portsmouth. And you never know, some teams below could join up as well.
Yeah. And then this result... Thank you, Bristol Rovers.
Such a bad result. This was such a bad result.
Thank you, Bristol Rovers.
And they had a man sent off as well, Peterborough.
And guess who got a point for this one? Me.
So did I, because I had Bristol Rovers to win as well.
Yep.
But I just didn't have Sinclair to score. I had Collins to score.
Yeah, I had...
all I am going to say is that next week, for sure, we all certainly want Exeter to lose, because, guess who they've got next week?
Go on.
The Shrimps. Come on, Morecambe. Come on. And it's Derek Adams as well. Come on, my boy, Derek. Club legend for the mighty Argyle.
Yeah. And obviously that would be... I would love to see them win. I'll remember that day. I
mean, Morecambe have only had 2 wins of the season, and you never know. Considering how shit Exeter can be against some of the lower teams, Morecambe could win that,
But speaking about Bristol Rovers as well... this is, I'd say, very, very, very important result for us, obviously, because it drives Peterborough away from us. It drives Peterborough away from the top 3 race.
I thank Rovers for that win, actually.
And it's showing that Bristol Rovers are a bogey team right now. They are a bit of a bogey team. They've done it to us. They've done it to Wednesday. They've done it to Peterborough.
They drew 2-2 with us, and before that game, and considering Peterborough's defeat to Exeter as well last week, I thought I wouldn't be surprised if Rovers win this game. And this just shows that this season the West Country has not been for Peterborough United one bit.
Yep. 100%. 100%. I can agree with you on that. Then obviously on my
Let's
paper,
just skip our one. We were robbed.
Yeah. Then Accrington Stanley.
Good result,
to be honest,
for Stanley. Very good win for Stanley.
I was kind of close.
Away from home as well.
I did say it would be one goal. It could either be a 0-0 draw or 1 goal that could win it. I did say that.
I think I got this.
We all went for a draw. So, and obviously none of us got the goal scorer right. So, yeah.
No.
So no points for us.
I was just gonna say, actually no, we'll probably go through ours at the end. I would have thought. No, I was just gonna say because you nearly got our one right. To be fair, Harvey, because you said 2-1 Plymouth.
Yeah. If they didn't score that last-minute goal...
Yeah, but that's the ref's fault. So really, secretly, you should have 3 points. I
should have 3 points there. Fucking robbed by the twat himself.
I'd go ring the FA up now saying, tell the ref, thanks for costing my points.
Thank you, referee. Can you sack him, please?
That's exactly what I think after that game as well.
Yeah, definitely. But apart from that, Accrington Stanley, good result for them because obviously
That's a brilliant result for
it's a
Stanley.
brilliant
That's away
result for
from
them.
home as well.
I genuinely thought Cambridge would get a better result than
Yeah, so did I.
than Accrington Stanley.
But also, look at the table. They're now level on points with Cambridge. And now those two are 6 points ahead of MK Dons in 21st.
Yep.
And all of the
it
bottom
also
four on
drives
14
Cambridge
points.
in trouble as well because the way they're playing right now is horrendous. And if they're losing at home to Accrington Stanley, it's showing how badly they are, how bad they are, and how much in trouble they are.
I think the thing is with Cambridge now, they've just got to win against the bottom four behind them, and then that should be them staying up.
We should beat Cambridge.
Yeah, we should beat
Well,
Cambridge.
I said to Liam, how many points do you think we'll get in our next 4 games to wrap up the first half? And Liam said confidently 12, and I was like, I bloody hope so.
I think we.
My only worry is, and I know they're rubbish right now, and we should beat them. But my only worry is Cambridge away, just because of our record at their ground, the Abbey Stadium.
We haven't won there in 6 years.
Exactly. I said to Liam, I wouldn't shock me if we get 10 points out of 12 in the next 4.
I wouldn't mind 10 though.
As long as
really
Sheffield Wednesday absolutely bugger up next week away at Derby.
Yeah. Oh, and one team that's buggered up is Wickham.
That's a fantastic result for Cheltenham.
Bye-bye.
You know what's even better though for Cheltenham? They're now level with Fleetwood in the table.
And obviously, Jack got a point. I think.
Did I?
Did he get?
Oh no, yeah, I said Alfie May.
You put May to
I said a
score.
Wickham win.
Yeah, but you get 1 point because you put May to score. So fair play.
And that is literally why I think Cheltenham will just stay up this season.
What? Because of Alfie May FC?
Not just because of Alfie May, but they're just. I just look at them compared to the teams below.
I forgot they had.
I look at Cheltenham's team compared to the teams below them, and I just think they have that just more of quality. But
Ryan Broom FC actually. No. And
also Ryan Broom's there, as Harvey's just pointed out.
Yeah, he scored against Ipswich the other day.
Ooh.
Exactly.
It'll always be remembered as the
Cheltenham did a massive thank you for
the
that.
Argyle on the way up for sure.
What's even better? So now we need Fleetwood to do us a favour next week because they got Ipswich next week at Portman Road. Come on, the Cods.
Yeah. But as well, if we're talking about the clubs here, Cheltenham, perfect. That's the perfect result that they needed because obviously Wickham, the past couple of games they've been rising up the table. So I'd say that's the perfect game that they needed to get their streak back on. Really,
it's not just that
to stay in this league.
It's not just that though. Yeah, it pulls Cheltenham even further away from the bottom 4, and they're now 8 points ahead of the bottom 4.
They're now 8 points. Yeah, 8 points, which is really good for them.
And that's more than 2 wins as well away.
Yeah, that's I'd say two wins, and then nearly 3 wins. I would like because Cheltenham are one of those teams. Really, that what does Cheltenham remind you of? Really, like in a way, if you were going to say Premier League team, what team would Cheltenham remind you of?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. I would say normally I would say Southampton, but considering how terrible Southampton have been so far this season, I wouldn't say Southampton now. Maybe Leeds?
Maybe Leeds, yeah.
Or Bournemouth?
Maybe Leeds. Yeah, actually, Bournemouth is a good shout. They do remind me of Bournemouth, because Bournemouth are one of these teams they don't have the best team in the world, but they're pulling off results as well.
Bournemouth have surprised me a bit because I had Bournemouth to go straight back down this season.
Yeah. And as well, for some of the teams, like one of their best players is Alfie May, and you call him Alfie May FC.
Yeah,
I was going to say Aston Villa from a couple of years ago because they were Jack Grealish FC. So
yeah, they pretty much were.
Yeah, so there you go. That's what I'm going to say.
It's like Peterborough now, even though they're further up. Peterborough's Johnson Clark Harris FC.
Yeah, the League One R9, as Liam calls him.
Well, he didn't do that against Bristol Rovers, did he?
Yeah, no, he didn't. But next match, Bolton 2-1.
Bolton was so lucky in this match. Fleetwood played so well in this match.
But Liam got 3 points on this one.
But Liam did get 3 points.
Fair play.
I was very happy when that went in.
But They may have been really lucky that match, but that's considering Pompey and Derby drew together. That's a fantastic result.
Not
Nevertheless, for
85th
Bolton.
minute and 90th
That's
minute.
clinicalness
Fair
from
play.
them. But I do feel bad for Fleetwood because they.
And look at that,
deserve
Rooney
more.
got man of the match. If only he got a fucking goal, ain't it? For Jack.
And I had Rooney to score as well.
Yeah. He was man of the match, apparently. Well,
And you had Kachunga to score.
Yep. Came off in the 83rd minute. You bloody fraud. But for Bolton, anyways, it pushes them back into the playoffs. Well,
Did we all put Bolton wins?
Bolton are level on points with Peterborough now after Peterborough's defeat the Bristol Rovers.
Mm-hmm.
Did we all put Bolton wins?
No,
I didn't.
Jack put 3-3,
draw.
I put 1-1, and Liam put 2-1.
Good.
See, good, of course.
But I would have rather Fleetwood won anyway, because that would have helped us in the table.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. But I don't think this will be the end for like Fleetwood pulling off.
But I'll tell you what, it's definitely the most entertaining game of the weekend. Can I tell you why? The amount of brawls there were in this game between both sets of players.
Lovely. Sweet as, if I'm truly honest. But for Bolton, a good result pushes them.
That's a very good result
against
for
Fleetwood
Bolton.
as well, as they're. I don't think a lot of teams like to play against Fleetwood. Obviously, us definitely.
I would say Fleetwood and Shrewsbury right now are literally the two clubs that are literally as League One.
They are.
They'll
the
stop
people
from
in the league.
They'll stop people from going up, and they'll stop people from staying up as well.
They're the biggest bogey sides in the league right now. We've beaten Shrewsbury. I know we beat
Fleetwood
Shrewsbury.
is ours, obviously, definitely.
Yeah. But they've still pulled off some shocking results. But for Fleetwood, it pushes them further down, which is not good for them. Their next match, Lincoln, Morecambe, expected. We did expect them to win that.
Considering the way they played against us, I thought they'll beat.
And I did put House to score, so that is a point for me.
You bet your house on that?
I did bet my house on it.
Same jokes, 2 videos in a row.
I did bet my house on it. Diamond didn't score, so that's rip for Jack. But you still got a point, so
exactly
not the end of the world. And then for Liam, he put Sanders to score, didn't get a point for that, but you still got Lincoln to win, so point for you.
Sanders got an assist though for Joe Walsh.
Sanders did get an assist. If there was points for assists, you would have got one there. So
yeah.
But for Lincoln, anyways, how much they've jumped up is insane. By the way, their home record will really boost their position in the league this season.
They have more wins than defeats this season.
Yeah.
Not as good as us, though.
Of course, not good as us, but it's mainly the draw. They've mainly drawn.
It wouldn't shock me, actually, if they finished in 9th place, to be honest.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
They've drawn with us, drawn with Sheffield Wednesday, beat Ipswich, draw with Portsmouth.
And by the way, they've beaten Ipswich
beat Barnsley.
Away, so that's even better for them.
Drew with Charlton. The only 2 they didn't win against was Bolton and Peterborough.
Yeah. But for Lincoln, I feel like they'll be one of those teams that they'll be the underdog team that will push in the top half this season. I think.
Imagine if they get in the playoffs.
Oh, that would be interesting. You know, I would actually like to see Lincoln in the playoffs. It'd be interesting. It'd be really cool.
I actually find that so funny if they somehow overtake both Derby and Portsmouth.
That'd be class. But for Morecambe, favourites. Let's just be realistically honest. They're the favourites to go down.
Then Forest Green and Burton are definitely the 3 favourites.
Oxford,
I don't know how Oxford
Green
didn't win this game.
Yeah, speaking of Oxford.
I don't know how Oxford didn't win this game. They literally go from destroying Port Vale 4-0, and I expected them to do the same thing against the terrible Forest Green side, and they absolutely blew it.
Yep. But none of us got a point, so...
No, because we all expected Oxford to win this game.
Yeah, I put 5-2.
I put 4-0 for a second game in a row for Oxford.
God damn.
And what did Liam put?
2-0.
2-0.
But for Forest Green, now bottom of the league. They're also favourites as well.
Oxford.
But for Oxford, though, I know they drew this game, and obviously they really didn't want to draw against Forest Green, obviously. Because if draw against Forest Green is like a loss, really, if I'm truly honest. It's like a loss.
That's exactly what Jack from Young Fan Podcast said.
It's literally a
this
loss.
Feels like 2 points dropped massively.
Mm-hmm. But for Oxford, anyways, from where they were a couple of weeks ago, 20th, now they're up to 13th. That's, at the end of the day, right now, where they are is incredible, really, because their manager Carl Robinson has turned it around a bit from where they were. They were 20th and now they're 13th.
Well, I think
they're 10 points clear away from the bottom 4.
Well, I think Oxford and Wycombe have both pretty much had a very similar sort of season, let's be honest. They're both very similar at the moment. They were both near the playoffs last season. They both weakened a bit, but I think what both clubs will want right now is to simply get a top half finish, because I think they both know they're going to surely be in League One next season.
Yeah, I think they've definitely secured the safety with the type of points that they're getting right now for sure. And Charlton, oh dear, Charlton, what's going on? What's going on, boys? Tell me what's going on.
To outclass against us, outclass against Portsmouth, outclass against Exeter, get a 4-4 draw against Ipswich, and then they lose to Port Vale, draw with Forest Green, lose to MK Dons.
I'm kind of surprised.
What is happening with them?
I'm actually kind of surprised no one put Butterworth to score.
I put Ellis Harrison for Port Vale.
Butterworth
didn't even bloody start.
Butterworth has been playing pretty well, actually. Not gonna lie.
Was Harrison on the bench?
Harrison.
Oh, he's not even there. Oh, for God's sake! Oh well. I didn't get the result.
Oh
right,
dear. Well, that's not what you like to see, ain't it?
Well,
that's the second game in a row. No one's got a point.
Yeah.
But for Port Vale, bloody hell, 10th now.
They've had a phenomenal season so far.
Yeah, as the newcomers in the league, I'd say they couldn't have had a better start to the season than.
But it's not just that though. They come up from the playoffs as well against Mansfield in that. Do you know?
They reminded me of because this is why I say I might feel a little bit on edge about Port Vale. They do play a little bit like Exeter, the way they play. What formation do they play? They play a 3-4-1-2, same formation as what Exeter play. It reminds me of them a bit. I don't know why, but it does remind me of Exeter. And obviously the possession is not great, but 13 shots against Charlton. Jesus. I don't know what you could say about that. But I feel like Port Vale will be one of them new. I think they'll finish the highest out of the newcomers in the league, the promoted sides. Yeah. I feel like they will. Maybe I think Exeter will.
It's between them or Exeter at the moment.
I think Exeter will drop off a bit
unless Rovers pulls off some sort of surprise.
They've still got Portsmouth to play. They've still got Sheffield Wednesday to play.
Who's this you're talking about?
Exeter.
Yeah, they still got Bolton, Sheffield Wednesday, and Portsmouth to play. But I just hope
Port Vale. I don't know if
they've
played all of the top half teams, but right now they're pulling off some good results, like Charlton, for instance. Like right now, I feel like if they keep on playing the way they're playing, they're 100% safe. They're 12.
They better not get a bloody draw against us next week.
The bottom 4. So
they better not get a draw against us next week.
All right. We'll see how that gets on, anyways. But Sheffield Wednesday, Shrewsbury, 1-0, and this is the final game.
Buggers. Shrewsbury played really well against them.
And we all got a point.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. They've closed up to us in the table, and the referee is a stinking ass muppet.
Lol.
Should be 4 points clear, 5 points clear, but it's now 2 points clear, 3 points. But I know what the comment section is going to be. It's going to be rival fans going, Jack's so salty. I have every right to be salty.
Yeah. And I think we're going to be nearly finishing right on time as well. So we're about to finish soon as well for this corner. So that's great. But then obviously,
at least for the Burton game,
we don't even want to talk about this. So we'll move.
At least I had Mumba to score.
Yeah, so that's an extra point for Jack.
Let's move on.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, let's move on. I feel that's the perfect thing to do. But to round off this predictions, anyways, I think Liam's won it by 1.
Lovely stuff.
Me and Jack drew on 7 points.
Oh, right.
Then Liam won it on 8. I think this is the first. I think it's either the first or second that Liam's won.
Second, I think.
I think it's the second time.
How about that?
Play. Because obviously, as well,
we'll have a record book come the end of the season as well.
Yeah, we will. We will. And obviously, for one of these weeks, I do want to do it with some other people joining in as well. I do want to do a giveaway one day.
We even get commenters do it sometimes as well.
I want to do a giveaway with one of these predictions at one point. I really do. I really do. I think it would definitely boost our channel ratings up. Definitely, I feel. Definitely.
The only thing I am going to give Burton is that I did think, what's his name? Hamer was one of the man of the matches during the game. I know it was his fault for the penalty, obviously, that we got, which was deservedly so and stuff. But he did have a cracking game for Burton.
Yeah.
So
we'll quickly look at the table, anyways. We're going to.
I won the predictions because of Ladapo.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you want it because of Ladapo.
There's no way FOTMob can give Mariappa man of the match. I'm just there looking at it thinking, have they just given him man of the match just because of that last minute undeserved equaliser?
I don't know. But for the league anyways, Argyle first still. We're 2 points clear of Ipswich in second, Sheffield Wednesday in third. Then fourth, fifth, sixth, Peterborough, Bolton, Barnsley rounds off the top six.
Let's just
for the first time this season, Portsmouth are pushed out of the top six.
That just shows how tight it is.
Let's just hope Sheffield Wednesday lose and us to go 6 points clear.
Exactly. We need a massive favour from Derby next week.
Yeah, sorry. Wait, 2 seconds. Pause.
And also from Fleetwood. Fleetwood. Look at Fleetwood. This is my message to you now. Look at what Lincoln did against Ipswich and try and pull that off.
Yeah, exactly. But for right now, I feel like because Portsmouth, look where Portsmouth were a couple of weeks ago. Remember where Portsmouth were? They were unbeaten. They were in the top 2, and now they're 7th. The 4 draws in a row. I don't know what you could say about that. They're dropping in form.
Good.
It's not just that, though. They were second, then they were third, and now they're 7th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is crazy. Crazy.
They ain't catching us all season.
Sorry, I just need to check something quick.
They're not going to catch us all season, I don't think.
However, they do need to do us some favours in the second half of the season because Ipswich and Sheffield Wednesday have both still got to go to Fratton Park.
Lovely stuff.
Who else has still got to go Fratton Park? Peterborough's already been there. We've already been there. Bolton's still got to go there. But then again, with Bolton and Barnsley, I don't know if Barnsley's been to Fratton yet. I don't think they have. But with Bolton and Barnsley, it would be more so a case of draw with Pompey because they're literally right next to each other in the table. So Ipswich, so it's mainly Ipswich and Sheffield Wednesday. So we need Portsmouth to win when they play Ipswich and Sheffield Wednesday at second half of the season.
When do they play them, Jack? Can you have a look, please?
Yeah, I will do, mate.
I know it. But for the rest of the top half of the table, 8th, 9th, and 10th, Derby, Lincoln, and Port Vale. I think this is the highest that Port Vale's been this season. I think it's 10th, and that's the highest they've been in the league. Lincoln, this is the highest they've been in the league as well. 9th. From where they were, goodness gracious. They were like 15th, 16th. Now they're 9th, which is crazy. And for getting the perfect results, and I'm going to get the home record up. Wait there. Home record.
I'm wagging the finger like Sonic the Hedgehog just then.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Then home record. Look at that. Lincoln, 2 wins, 7 draws, and 0 losses.
Aren't we third for away form? Because I know we're top for home form.
I don't know how.
No, but this is what I've been saying to people all weekend. This is what I've been saying to all people all weekend. It's our home form that gives us the advantage over Ipswich and Sheffield Wednesday, but it's their away form that gives their advantage over us on away.
Yeah. And then the team that we don't mention, Scummy Twats, that's what we call them on this channel. Sorry if you get offended by that. But
there'll be one snowflake out there.
Yeah, there'll be one little snowflake out there. Oh, why you're the Scummy Twats.
Hang on a sec. You know what I was about to say as well at the end of the video? I was like, oh, I call them the rotten cousin, but I was going to say for once Harvey has not called them the scummy twats, and he's finally done it.
That's the intro, then.
Yeah,
that's the end of the video right now.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
But then
Portsmouth play Ipswich at Fratton Park at the end of December. I forgot it's the same weekend we play Wickham but home.
Oh, brilliant!
Lovely.
And then Portsmouth have Charlton on New Year's Day at home.
Nice.
They play who's the other one? Sheffield Wednesday. Let's have a look. Oh my god, it's
But
Sheffield Wednesday at home on the 11th of March.
Nice.
We face
Barnsley
Barnsley.
away that day. When
That'll be a
Portsmouth
hard
have
game.
Sheffield Wednesday at home, we have Barnsley away.
That'll be a hard game.
Wonderful.
12th, Wickham. We were just talking about Wickham as well. But Wickham 12th, from where they were as well, they're 5 points behind the playoffs.
You literally got 2 rotten clubs as rotten as each other in 11th and 12th place there. Exeter and Wickham.
Yep. Then bottom half, Oxford 13th, and now Charlton are back in the bottom half of the table in 14th. With 2 draws, 2 losses, and 1 win in the last 5. Not great from where they were.
Look at the points gap though. Like if you go back to the top half of the mid table though,
we'll do that.
So yeah, the Lincoln's on 26, and then all the way down to 22 is Cheltenham, like 4 points difference.
Yeah, it's crazy. It shows how tight this league is right now.
It's the second hardest league in the country to get out of behind the Championship.
Then Oxford. I feel like right now, where would you have predicted Oxford right now to be ahead of Charlton? I wouldn't have.
No.
Seriously.
That's funny because in my early, like right at the start season predictions, I had Oxford to finish 7th and Charlton to finish 12th.
Yeah.
But
right now, the way they're playing, I wouldn't have predicted it from where they were before.
When Oxford were in their awful form, I would have predicted Charlton to be ahead by now.
I have some bad news.
What's that?
It's play Sheffield Wednesday when we play Pompey at home.
Yeah, I know that. Because Ipswich played Sheffield Wednesday away on the day we played Pompey away.
That'll be interesting. That'll be
We need a draw between Ipswich and Wednesday and us to beat Pompey.
Bristol Rovers. Ipswich play Bristol Rovers on the 14th of February. We play Oxford.
Oh, okay.
18th of February.
Work out who Wednesday have that day.
I don't know. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. But because we want to roll through this, we're now 10 minutes past. Bristol Rovers 15th, right, with that win. If it wants to pop up, the win against Peterborough, they're still. I'd say that they could be. I think they will be safe this season. Bristol Rovers, if they keep on getting the wins that they're getting right now,
think they'll
definitely.
Stay up. I think
Shrewsbury, how they're 16th is unreal.
They were literally like 11th or 12th.
They were like 11th or 10th, and now they're 16th. That's nuts.
Fleetwood being 17th is a bit expected.
10 draws, double figures on draws. Jesus Christ.
Peterborough have had the most draws in the league so far this season. Peterborough have had the least. Fleetwood the most draws. Peterborough the least draws.
Yeah.
We've had the most wins. Morecambe have had the least wins. And then fewest defeats is all 3, us, Ipswich and Portsmouth. And the most defeats is MK Dons.
Yeah.
I've got to say, the 18th of February, we play Fleetwood at home. Sheffield Wednesday, we're all at home on top 3's all at home, by the way, on the 18th of February.
And of course, we get our bogey side that weekend.
We'll go through this at the end, Liam.
Fleetwood.
We'll go through this at the end, Liam. Cheltenham 18th. Cheltenham 18th. To be honest, right now, 6 points clear. 6 points clear? No, 8 points clear. Sorry.
Yeah, 8 points clear of the drop.
Good for Cheltenham though, because I don't know where did you all predict Cheltenham to finish this season?
19th.
19th.
Oh, just stay up.
Fairs, to be fair. Okay. But Accrington Stanley 19th.
I had them to go down this season, so that's a very good win for them.
Yeah, definitely. Cambridge 20th.
If they don't beat Forest Green,
I have them 18th this season.
If they don't beat Forest Green, they're capped.
They are shit.
I was going to say, if Forest Green beat Cambridge, then that's going to put Cambridge right into it.
Yeah, definitely. And the bottom 4, all on 14 points as well.
Well, that's interesting because at the start of the season, I had MK Dons to, nowhere near be as high as what people think they would be high, even without Scott Twine and Harry Darling. I had them to finish 9th. A lot of people had them to finish 3rd or 4th or something. I don't know why.
And then Burton. Yeah, no, we don't talk about that game. Morecambe, obviously, I think, Morecambe will be going down, I think.
Come on, Morecambe, win next week.
And then
who they've got next week.
And then
Derek
Forest
Adams
Green,
is against
24.
Exeter City.
We all knew that Forest Green would be at the bottom of the league at some point. We knew they would. I knew they would.
That's interesting because at the start of the season, I predicted them to finish 20th. But considering the season they've had so far, I'm like, yeah, they're going down.
Yeah,
we don't.
38. Look,
we don't-
Burton 40 goals conceded. Forest Green 38 goals conceded. Jesus Christ.
Burton and Fleetwood are easily my worst. Apart from MK Dons, Burton and Fleetwood are easily my worst predictions. I had Fleetwood to finish bottom and they're 17th, and I had Burton to finish 14th, and they're in the bottom 4.
We don't finish. We don't face. We don't face Forest Green till March.
Jesus Christ.
And that's at home as well, so give us the 9-0 win.
Yeah.
Or is it April? Or is it April? I'm not sure.
Yeah. It should
It's
win
one
that,
of them, but like we have a. It could be March because we do have Charlton at home in March, and when we had Forest Green away in August, it was straight after Charlton away.
It's the 18th of March.
That's my sister's birthday.
But obviously, but thank you all for watching though this Plymouth Argyle versus Burton Albion review. It's been a very
robbed,
of course. Yeah, as Jack says, robbed. Definitely robbed. I feel like, but anyways, apart from that. Our channel was doing really, really well. We're still on 155 subs. The viewers are going up. Views are going up. Subs are going up. And sooner or later on, we will be doing giveaways. I'll make sure of that. We'll definitely do that for sure. But right now, positive vibes. Argyle are still playing really, really well. I don't have my Argyle top on. Sorry. But apart from that, thank you all so much.
Just before
I really didn't expect us to be where we are right now, so on the channel wise, and obviously Argyle in general in the league. So amazing times at the moment, but hope you all enjoyed. We'll see you in the next video, and Liam's got something to say. Come on, Liam.
Oh, you were speaking, so I don't want to interrupt you.
Yeah, come on. I want to end it. Only joking.
I'm just wondering this, 17th of March, why on earth is Sheffield Wednesday against Bolton on a Friday?
Probably Sky, I would have thought.
It probably might be a live game, actually.
That's what I thought. I'll have a look at that.
Must be Sky.
Yeah, that must be a live game. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a live game.
As it stands, if the table's similar in March to what it is now, I'd want Bolton to win that match.
Yeah.
That's good because that's good because we have Fleetwood that weekend.
Oh, brilliant.
But that's our bogey side, so we better win that.
Yeah, we better win that, definitely. But we're doing very well in the league, but hopefully in we got the Port Vale preview. Oh, it's 4-0 Spain. The preview coming soon, not coming soon, but the game is 2nd of December, right? Port Vale, I think. 2nd of December.
Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
Next Friday.
Next Friday. Yeah. So preview.
Do it early next week.
Will be around, I'd say, the 1st of December, or maybe a day before. We'll see. But hope you all enjoyed this video.
We might bring someone on yet for Vale.
We might be able to bring someone.
I don't know any Port Vale fans though, so I'll try my best.
I have one, but we'll see if he can. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see if he could come on. But hopefully you all enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Our goal is massive. And then one scummy twatty club is dog shite. They deserve to be in the bin over there.
Yeah.
How far away is your bin? Here we go.
Down there.
Yeah, I've been there, mate.
Do you want to Yeah, I know you've been there. Do you want to print off their badge right now and just chuck it in the bin?
Lol.
No.
I could just screenshot a bin and just put the Exeter badge there. But hope you all enjoyed. We'll see you in the next video.
Yeah.
Goodbye,
you should do
everyone.
that.
Up the Argyle.
Bye bye.
When they pull on the green, they're all Janners.